We now move on to item 10. Report on international assistance from the Intangible Cultural Heritage Fund and proposal for related amendments to the Operational Directives. I give the floor to the ADG.
Gracias, señor presidente. El artículo 24.3 del punto 3 de la Convención dispone que el Estado parte beneficiario presentará al Comité un informe sobre la utilización de la asistencia que se haya concedido con fines de salvaguardia del patrimonio cultural inmaterial. El presente documento abarca los informes presentados por los Estados partes durante el periodo comprendido entre el 1 de julio del 2022 y el 30 de junio del año 2023 y presenta una visión general de la aplicación del mecanismo de asistencia internacional. El documento también propone una modificación de las directrices operativas para facilitar el acceso a la asistencia preparatoria de conformidad con la decisión 17.com7, tal como solicitó el Comité el año anterior. Con su permiso, señor presidente, quisiera pedir a mi colega que proporcione más detalle sobre este punto. Si me permite. Gracias.
Thank you, ADG. Thank you, Chair. So during the reporting period, 52 projects were supported by international assistance in 49 states parties for a total amount of $5.8 million. The reporting period saw a significant accelerated pace for the implementation of the mechanisms. Concretely, the number of requests presented and assistance granted under the reporting period returned to the level seen for the biennium before the COVID-19 pandemic. This good news will be highlighted under item 14 when the committee examines draft plan for the use of the resources of the Intangible Cultural Heritage Fund in 24-25. So at this session, 26 reports are presented in Annex 1 of document 10. 10 projects were completed covering a wide range of activities such as community-based inventorying that took place in Albania, Cuba, Laos, Mauritania, and Tonga, or the project that helped to integrate living heritage safeguarding in the educational system in Grenada, Haiti, and Malawi. The project in Mongolia aimed to safeguard the practice linked to the folk-long performance technique of limbe performer, and the project in Mozambique supported the creation of local intangible cultural heritage management committees. In addition, Annex 2 includes a list of 26 projects, of which reports are still forthcoming. Monsieur le Président, permettez-moi de vous faire part de quelques tendances générales concernant l'assistance internationale. Le Comité et son bureau ont approuvé 20 demandes d'assistance internationale pour un montant total de 2,5 millions de dollars des États-Unis entre juillet de l'année dernière et juin de cette année. 12 États parties se sont vus accorder une assistance pour la première fois, et je cite les Bahamas, le Belize, la République centrafricaine, le Costa Rica, l'Éthiopie, le Panama, la Roumanie, le Rwanda, la Slovaquie, le Sud-Soudan, la Thaïlande et l'Ouzbékistan. La portée géographique du mécanisme s'est élargie avec 49 États parties bénéficiaires, dont 11 CIDS et 17 pays de la région Afrique. Alors que tous les groupes électoraux sont représentés, à l'exception du groupe électoral 1, 36% des projets actifs bénéficient à des États parties du groupe électoral 5A, comme le montre la figure sur l'écran, ce qui représente 2,1 millions de dollars des États-Unis en termes de montant de l'assistance accordée, conformément à la priorité globale Afrique de l'UNESCO. Nous pouvons également constater que l'assistance est accordée à des projets aux objectifs variés, renforcement des capacités et inventaire communautaire, projets de sauvegarde du patrimoine vivant, ou d'éléments inscrits sur la liste de sauvegarde urgente, projets visant à inclure le PCI dans les programmes d'éducation et les curricula. Je voudrais également mentionner que 4 demandes d'assistance d'urgence ont été approuvées au cours du premier semestre de l'année pour soutenir le PCI dans les situations d'urgence en Éthiopie, en Haïti, en Slovaquie et en Roumanie. Par ailleurs, le secrétariat continue de développer les outils nécessaires à la mise en œuvre de la stratégie en vue d'améliorer le mécanisme grâce à un système d'évaluation et de suivi. So we can now move on to the last part of document 10 that concerns the amendments to the operational directives related to international assistance. The proposal is a continuation of the global reflection on the listing mechanisms that broaden the scope of preparatory assistance, offering new funding opportunities for states parties. As stated in paragraph 21 of the operational directives, it has become possible to request to prepare transfer requests to move an element from one list to another, and request to prepare nomination files on an extended or reduced basis of already inscribed elements. In the same vein, the 17th session of the committee wished to make possible for states parties with no national elements on the representative list so that they could request assistance for the preparation of their first nominations to the representative list. The Secretariat considered that the only paragraph requiring revisions to the operation directives is paragraph 21.b, as shown on the screens. This proposal was made with reference to Article 20D of the Convention, which foresees that international assistance may be granted for any other purpose the committee may deem necessary. It is understood that this type of preparatory assistance would be open to states with no national element inscribed on the representative list, regardless of whether they have any multinational elements. As indicated in paragraph 13 of document 10, in that case, up to 47 states parties could benefit from this new possibility. The committee may wish to recommend that the 10th session of the General Assembly in mid-next year revised operational directives accordingly. Thank you, ADG. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Fumiko. Can we move on to the draft decision, please? Draft decision is on the screens in front of you.
You don't want, want to ask them if they...
Does anyone want to take the floor before we get to the decision? Yes? Why did you remind me? Okay, Slovakia, Czechia. I thought I was going to get away with it. Okay. All right, Slovakia.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairperson. It's for a good purpose, you know. We would like to thank the Secretariat for the detailed report and for the efforts made to efficiently implement and to improve the mechanism of international assistance, as well as to increase its visibility. As one of the Bureau members, we would like to particularly highlight the high quality of requests submitted by the submitting states, which led to 100% approval rate of the request. We are conscious of the important work being done by the Secretariat for this purpose. We are pleased with the results presented in the report in terms of increasing numbers of states parties filing requests for the international assistance, as well as in terms of the geographical distribution of the requests and projects. We would like to encourage the Secretariat to continue undertaking outreach and capacity building, including through region-specific activities, to continue improving the geographical balance. We support the proposed amendment of the operational directives to enlarge the scope of preparatory assistance in order to enable states parties without a national element already inscribed on the list to apply to the fund. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Slovakia. I see Czechia, followed by India.
No, Ethiopia.
Ethiopia, then India. Czechia.
Merci, Monsieur le Président, et merci pour toutes ces explications. L'assistance internationale est un mécanisme important de la coopération internationale et ma délégation tient à féliciter tous les États qui en ont bénéficié, et ce dans une large mesure. Notre délégation se félicite de l'accélération significative de la mise en œuvre de ce mécanisme et de l'élargissement de la portée géographique aux 49 États parties bénéficiaires, dont 11 PEID et 17 dans la région Afrique. Nous sommes tout particulièrement reconnaissants de la mise en œuvre d'activités et de mesures de sauvegarde PCI dans les situations d'urgence. Nous espérons que ce mécanisme soit efficace pour mettre en œuvre des projets durables, pour un bon suivi des dossiers et pour s'assurer de la durabilité des projets. Les rapports sont un outil indispensable. C'est pourquoi nous aimerions encourager les États bénéficiaires à soumettre les rapports dans les meilleurs délais. Nous avons également lu avec beaucoup d'intérêt les informations sur les activités du secrétariat visant plus grande visibilité de ce mécanisme, y compris une série de webinaires et la diffusion du guide pour les demandes d'assistance internationale. Nous remercions également le secrétariat pour avoir élaboré une proposition de modification des directives opérationnelles afin de permettre aux États parties n'ayant pas d'éléments précédemment inscrits sur la liste représentative du PCI de demander une assistance internationale pour la préparation de leur première candidature sur cette liste que nous soutenons. Merci, Monsieur le Président.
Thank you, Czechia, Ethiopia, followed by India.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you, the Secretariat, for the wonderful report. The delegation of Ethiopia commends the effort of the Secretariat to provide financial assistance for the protection of intangible cultural heritage, though the funds available are meager compared to the number of requests coming from the state parties of the Convention. The Africa Group was the largest beneficiary from international assistance in the year 2022-2023, deservingly, and we appreciate that. Ethiopia, as a beneficiary of the fund, particularly for the assistance provided to revitalize the traditional church education in the World Heritage Site of Lalibela at a time of an emergency, is worth mentioning. We extend our gratitude to the Secretariat. Thank you.
Thank you very much, India.
Thank you, Excellency. I would like to voice my support for the statement made by Czechia and Ethiopia. And I would like to make an observation with regards to point 7 of the document that appears on page 3. The geographical scope of the mechanism has expanded with 49 beneficiary state parties, including 11 SIDS and 17 in the Africa region, while all the electoral groups are represented except for electoral group 1. And then 36% of the active project benefit state parties from group 5A, representing Global Priority Africa. The regional distributions for other groups can be seen as below. And then we have a pie chart. Excellency, with regards to the Asia-Pacific group, the observation is that only 20% has been allocated under international relations. Asia-Pacific region, it starts from the Iran-Iraq border on the west side and goes right up to the international date line on the east. It covers literally half the surface of planet Earth that's visible. And has 44 member states, out of which 19 countries are SIDS. Now, if we divide this 20% by the member states, the amount that is available or that was given per member state is dismally low as compared to other electoral groups. It works out to about 0.45% per member state on an average, which is 66% less, or 2/3 less than what was the international assistance that was given to the protection of ICH in other electoral groups. So going forward, as climate change is coming and impacting more and more, and the Asia-Pacific group has a large number of SIDS, including my country, India. In our neighborhood, there are a lot of SIDS. We would like to see more international assistance to the SIDS and small countries of the Asia-Pacific group also. But overall, we commend the work done by the Secretariat in this regard, and I do agree with the comments made by my distinguished delegate from Ethiopia that the funds are indeed meager. Thank you, Excellency.
Thank you very much. I don't see any requests for the floor. You want to answer? Okay, we have an answer.
No, it's more than an answer, it's a reflection. You know that's why you have to be very careful with data. Cher Monsieur l'ambassadeur de l'Inde, les informations que vous voyez, c'est par rapport aux demandes reçues. Vous voulez que la proportion soit plus grande, il faudrait qu'on reçoive plus de projets. Donc bien sûr, on peut les travailler, mais les assistances, on les fait selon les demandes. Donc, pour qu'il se produise ce que vous nous avez demandé, on a besoin que ces États membres que vous avez mentionnés nous demandent l'assistance. Si sur les autres régions, il y a plus de demandes, bien sûr, le graphique va continuer à être de la même manière. Mais nous ne pouvons pas influencer la demande. Nous, ce que nous faisons, c'est offrir. Mais la demande, nous ne la contrôlons pas. Donc, bien sûr, il faudrait faire un travail dans la région. Et je crois que vos réunions régionales sont des groupes régionaux très importants pour justement faire le incentive pour qu'il y ait plus de demandes. Et bien sûr, nous serons enchantés de pouvoir donner réponse aux demandes qui viendront dans les années à venir de votre groupe ou de n'importe quel groupe ici présent. Voilà. Merci, Monsieur le Président. Je vous ai interrompu. Désolé.
Thank you very much. Okay. So can we go to the draft decision? There was no amendments. I take it we can adopt draft decision 18.com10. I see no objections, so draft decision 18.com10 is hereby adopted. Thank you very much.
Before we go into the list, because the Netherlands asked the floor and we didn't see them.